When creating a new schedule for a student, there are two methods to find courses in which to schedule a student in the Walk-in Scheduler tool. We will go through both in this video tutorial. Note that the processes here are best suited for scheduling one student at a time. Other processes can be used to schedule students en masse. The first method is based on requests entered for the student. In the request table here on the right side of the screen, enter the course numbers that the student should take in the course number box. We want to create a request for David for English 10B. To do this, we will enter the course number 3250 into the requests table. For the type drop-down list, R stands for a required request, E for an elective request, and A stands for an alternative request. This course is required for 10th grade students. Note that if a school uses teams for scheduling groups of students together, you can specify which team a student belongs to with the team drop-down list. By specifying this, students will only be loaded into sections for their team or sections with no team specified. The requested units displays the number of units reserved for the classes in the request list by the possible number of units in the school's schedule. To save your request, click the Save Recs button. Once we save, you can see that the course name will display in the requests table. After saving, requests may be loaded into the student's schedule. Since David is enrolling in the third term, we will uncheck terms 1 and 2, so classes will not be loaded into that part of the schedule. Then click Load. A pop-up appears explaining that requests will be loaded into the schedule. Click OK. David has been scheduled for these classes. If we wish to find out when courses that a student has requested are offered, that can be done by clicking the @ sign next to the course number in the request table. If we do that for the section of English 10B here, we see the times when this course is offered and how many students are currently enrolled in each section. In addition, by hovering the mouse over a section in the schedule, we are able to see the teacher, room number, and number of students with IEPs assigned to that section. You'll notice some sections are color-coded green, yellow, or red. The yellow section is the one that David is currently scheduled in. Sections color-coded green have room for additional enrollments. Sections color-coded red have either reached the maximum capacity and are listed as full, or a student-to-student constraint exists for that section. A warning message appears if we try to add a student to these sections, but this can be overridden with the correct tool rights. To place a student in a section using this method, click the cell in the term and period for which you wish to add the course to the student's schedule. A warning message appears explaining the conflict. We don't want to load this section, so we'll click Cancel. The second way we can add courses to a student's schedule in the Walk-in Scheduler is by using the Pages Search functionality. Click Search at the top of the tab. We can search for courses using any combination of the search fields we see on the right-hand side of the page. Note that the Start Date field will be used as the start date the student will begin attending that section, and it will trigger the teacher's roster to include that student on that date. We'll search for a science class for Term 3 for David. After we click Search, all matching results will appear below the section Search. The results show course number, section number, current student count, and maximum seat count, the teacher, term, period, and number of students in that section with an IEP. Courses in red are either full or have a student-to-student constraint. Again, schedulers may override this and place students in these courses, but a warning message will appear explaining the reason for the conflict. To add a course, click on the section in the search results. We'll add this section of Biology B to David's schedule. A pop-up appears explaining where the section will be placed. We can see Biology B was added here. We can also click any of the empty spots to get the section search fields to appear. Notice the term and period fields are filled in, and the search returns sections that fit that time period. If we click Current Events here, a pop-up appears explaining how the course will be added. We'll click OK, and the course is added. In these ways, we can continue until David's schedule is full. This concludes how to give a student a new schedule using the Walk-in Scheduler tool.